A friend of mine said that this should be my manifesto. But I wanted to read this because I think this sort of sums up how you can approach desire. You might have seen this the other day. This letter came because somebody wrote me and asked what was going on the Facebook page. They asked if I was running a crazy religion, or if I thought that I had died on the cross for people's sins, is actually what they wrote. And I said, no, what a freaking nightmare that would be. And then I said, no, I'm no guru, I'm no savior, nada. I'm a writer, a highly imperfect being. And all you have to do is spend 5 minutes with my wacky, flawed self to know that. I simply fell in love with the divine in my own heart. And anyone deeply motivated can do that. To me, everyone is a god or goddess. Most of us are just trained to forget. So somehow a few years ago, I figured out some things and felt guided to share it. And after 30 years of giving readings, I saw how most people chase the answers on the outside, everywhere. And I wanted to focus the lens within, to where love runs through your own veins. And I wrote a book or two about that. But I always liked this poem by the wonderful playwright Nitsuzaki Shange. I don't know if people know her. Maybe you know it. She wrote, I found God in myself, and I loved her, and I loved her, and I loved her fiercely. Anyone can learn to live like that, and that alone is the key in the lock. Because then, and this is the whole point of the letter, then the whole universe stops being seen as an ATM, a slot machine, or a shopping mall. It becomes your willing and waiting lover. Everything changes. And if that's a religion, well then, please sign me up. But you know, I think that's really what's happening in so much of the New Age world is the universe is your ATM, your shopping mall, or your slot machine. And you can't, you know, it's that great line from David Wilcox, where he says, you can either approach God as a lover or a prostitute. So it's like that's sort of, he's saying the same thing as this. And it's really, and it's not that there's anything wrong with asking for anything, or nothing wrong with having desires, but that utilitarian consumer approach to the divine is so utterly different than when you finally say, thy will be done through me. Some whole other deal happens, and surprisingly, all these things come anyway. So there's nothing wrong with having the desire for whatever. It's that the approach to the universe in that way, I think, gets people very mucked up. So we'll come back to all that.